She was standing in the parking lot when it stopped mattering. Not the job, not the promotion, just the feeling that any of it was taking her somewhere. It was 9:47 p.m. Tuesday. The office behind her was still lit. She could see figures moving past the windows, people still working. Her car was the only one left in her row. She'd stayed late to finish a proposal, not because anyone asked, because she wanted it to be perfect. She unlocked her car, sat in the driver's seat, didn't start the engine. The steering wheel was cold under her hands. She'd gotten the promotion 6 months ago, Director of Strategy, corner office, the kind of title that made people at parties lean in. She'd worked for it, 5 years, 60-hour weeks, weekends, holidays. And when they'd told her it was hers, she'd felt something she thought was happiness. It wasn't happiness, it was relief, brief, thin, the kind that comes from proving something to people who were never really watching. The work didn't change after the promotion, it just multiplied. She told herself this was temporary, that once she got settled, it would get easier. But it didn't get easier. She'd wake up at 5:30, check her phone before she got out of bed, emails, messages, things that had happened while she was asleep. By 6, she was at her desk at home. She'd moved in with him 2 years ago. They'd talked about getting married, about having kids someday, about the life they'd build once things settled down. But things never settled down. He'd stopped asking her to come to bed at a reasonable hour, stopped suggesting they take a weekend trip. He'd learned, the way people learn, that asking meant disappointment. They still lived together, still slept in the same bed, still said good morning and good night. But somewhere along the way, they'd become people who shared space instead of people who shared a life. She told herself he understood, that he knew how important this was, but she didn't actually know if that was true, because they didn't talk about things like that anymore. She'd had a best friend once, Sarah. They'd met in college, stayed close after, talked every week, but the calls had gotten shorter over the years, and then less frequent, and then they'd just stopped. Not because of a fight, just because she'd been busy. She'd sent a text on Sarah's birthday last year. "Hope you have a great day." Sarah had responded with a heart emoji. That was it. There was a moment she remembered, 3 years ago, Sarah's engagement party. She'd RSVP'd, yes, bought a gift. But the week before, a project had blown up, a client emergency. She'd texted Sarah the morning of the party. "I'm so sorry, work crisis. I'll make it up to you." Sarah had responded, "No worries, we'll celebrate another time." But they never did. And 6 months later, she'd seen Sarah's wedding photos on Instagram. She'd liked them, left a comment. "Gorgeous, so happy for you." Sarah had liked the comment. That was the last time they'd interacted. She tried to remember the last time she'd done something that wasn't work, something that mattered to her. She couldn't remember. She used to paint, badly, but she'd liked it, the quiet of it. The last time she touched her paints was 2 years ago. They were in a box in the closet, dried out probably. She used to run, not for fitness, for the feeling. She'd stopped that too. She told herself she didn't have time, that she'd start again when things calmed down, but things never calmed down. Her phone buzzed. Email, her boss, sent 20 minutes ago. "Can you take a look at this before tomorrow's meeting?" She stared at it. It was almost 10. She'd been at the office since 7 that morning. She'd worked through lunch, stayed 3 hours late, and now this. She could ignore it, answer it tomorrow, but she wouldn't, because that's not what people like her did. She opened the email, started reading, then stopped. She put her phone down, She looked at the office building, at the lights still on. She thought about the last 5 years, about everything she'd sacrificed to get here. She thought about the promotion, about how badly she'd wanted it, about how she'd convinced herself that getting it would change something, but it hadn't changed anything. She was still working late, still answering emails at 10 p.m., still choosing this over everything else. The only difference was the title on her business card. She started the car, drove home. He was asleep when she got there, or pretending to be. She changed quietly, got into bed, stared at the ceiling. She thought about waking him up, about asking if he was happy, if they were okay, but she didn't, because she was afraid of what he might say. The weeks continued, same patterns, same rhythms, work, home, sleep, work. Her phone rang one afternoon, a number she didn't recognize. Hello? Is this Emma's friend? Who's Emma? A pause. Sarah, I'm sorry. Is this the right number? Her chest tightened. This is her. Yes. Who is this? This is Rebecca, Sarah's sister. She knew before Rebecca said it. Sarah was in an accident last night. She didn't make it. I'm calling everyone in her phone. I know you two hadn't talked in a while, but I thought you'd want to know. The words were happening somewhere far away. I'm so sorry, she heard herself say. The funeral is Saturday. I can send you the details if you want to come. Yes, please. After they hung up, she sat at her desk for a long time. She pulled up Sarah's Instagram, scrolled through the photos, the wedding, the honeymoon, a new apartment, a dog, a life that had continued without her in it. The last photo was from 3 days ago, Sarah and her husband at a restaurant, smiling. She stared at it until her screen went dark. The funeral was Saturday. She told her boss she needed the day off. Is everything okay? A friend died. Oh, I'm sorry, of course. Take the time you need. The service was small, maybe 40 people. She sat in the back. Sarah's husband spoke. Her sister, a few friends. They talked about how vibrant she was, how kind. She thought about the last real conversation they'd had. 5 years ago, before she'd chosen work over the engagement party. Sarah had been excited about something. She couldn't remember what, because she hadn't really been listening. She'd been checking emails while Sarah talked, the way she was with everyone. After the service, Sarah's sister saw her, walked over. Thanks for coming. Of course. Sarah talked about you sometimes. She missed you. The words landed like stones. I missed her too. Rebecca nodded. She understood. She knew you were busy. She was proud of you. She wanted to say something, to explain, but there was nothing to say. Sarah had understood, had been proud, and she'd still let her go. She drove home in silence. When she got back, he was on the couch, watching something. She sat down next to him. How was it? Sad. He nodded, put his hand on her knee. She looked at him, really looked at him. She tried to remember the last time they'd had a real conversation, the last time she'd asked him about his day and actually listened. She couldn't. Can we talk? She said. He paused the TV, looked at her. About what? About us, about whether you're happy. He was quiet for a long time. Do you want the honest answer? Yes. No, he said. I'm not happy. She nodded. I'm not either. I know. They sat there. I don't know when it happened, she said. When I stopped being here, when this became more important than you. I don't think you stopped. I think you were never here. Not really. She wanted to argue, to say she'd tried. But he was right. She'd been here, in this apartment, in this relationship, but she'd always been somewhere else. I'm sorry, she said. I know. Can we fix it? He looked at her. I don't know, can we? She didn't answer because she didn't know either. She thought about work, about the promotion, about the title that was supposed to mean something. She thought about Sarah, about all the moments she'd missed because she was too busy chasing something that didn't love her back. She thought about the parking lot, about the moment she'd realized that none of it mattered, not the way she thought it did. "I want to fix it," she said. He nodded. "Okay, I don't know how. Neither do I." Monday morning came. Her alarm went off at 5:30. She reached for her phone, saw the emails waiting. She put the phone down, got up, made coffee, sat at the table. At 7, her phone started ringing. Her boss. She let it ring. It stopped, then started again. She answered. "Hey, sorry, is everything okay?" "I'm taking the morning." A pause. "Oh, okay. Is something wrong?" "No, I just need the morning." "We have that meeting at 11? You'll be there for that?" She thought about it, about the meeting, about all the meetings after it, about the life she'd built, the one where work came first, where everything else fit around it. She thought about Sarah, about the funeral. "I'll be there," she said. She hung up. She sat at the table for a long time. She thought about quitting, about walking away, but she didn't know what that different thing was. The ambition was still there, the drive, but something else was there now too. The knowledge that all of it would end, that someday she'd be gone, and the work would continue without her, and the emails would go to someone else, and no one would remember how late she stayed, how perfect her proposals were. They'd remember whether she was there, whether she showed up, whether she chose the people who mattered over the things that didn't. She picked up her phone, opened her messages, scrolled to his name. "I love you. I'm sorry I forget to show it." He responded a minute later. "I love you too." She sat there, coffee getting cold. She didn't have answers, didn't know how to fix what had broken, but she knew one thing, that the day your ambition stops feeling important isn't the day you give it up. It's the day you realize it was never supposed to be the most important thing.